morning on DC News Now, we're talking about some rain showers on the radar, so heads up, take it slow on your travels on your Tuesday morning commute. More details looking towards the rest at 7 day coming up.
Low altitude alert, number 201 Romeo Foxtrot. Number 201 Romeo Foxtrot, if you hear the transmission, low altitude alert.
All right, breaking overnight, the NTSB releasing its preliminary report after last week's plane crash in Gaithersburg. What we are learning this morning about the tense moments right before that plane slammed into an electrical tower.
Plus, shocking revelations this morning. What a new grand jury report says about Loudoun County schools and sexual assault claims.
And remembering Kirstie Alley, the star of Cheers and other Hollywood classics, dies following a short battle with cancer. We're looking back on her life and her career this morning.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corey James.
And I'm Joseph Omo, in for Tanaya Wright on what's shaping up to be a very busy Tuesday morning. We're going to have more on that plane crash report that's just into our newsroom in just a couple seconds. But we want to begin with meteorologist Jackie Layer and a live look outside at the east front of the Capitol building. Hey, Jackie.
Yeah, good morning, Joseph and Corey. Out there this morning, tracking overcast skies over the Capitol building. We did see a few rain showers pass by the Capitol not too long ago, but now we're seeing mainly isolated rain showers across the region at this point in time. We also saw some rain showers and even some of those rain showers mixing in some of that freezing drizzle in the far northernmost parts of Frederick County earlier, but that has since worked its way just off towards our north and east. So any remaining rain showers are just mainly rain, and we're just mainly seeing the green blips on the radar as opposed to any pink mixing in. That pink would indicate some of that freezing drizzle. So thankfully we're not seeing too much of that on the radar out there this morning currently. But we do have a winter weather advisory. That's until 8 a.m. this morning. That's for parts of western Maryland as well as parts of West Virginia. And again, that's until 8 a.m. this morning for the fact that we could see some still of that freezing drizzle mixing in with some of that rain. So again, until 8 a.m. Cold front off towards our north and west. That doesn't swing through until later on tomorrow. So as that cold front meanders closer, we're still going to be tracking some on and off rain showers through the day. Not a complete washout, but just have the rain gear on hand. Current temperatures, we're into the upper 30s to low 40s. A little bit warmer than yesterday morning, but still more of that cold rain that's sliding through at this point in time. All more details looking towards the rest of that 7 day coming up. But Shanika's here with the all-important traffic update. How's it looking?
Well, be careful out there. You can see that rain coming down. We have some problems out of Quantico. This is in northern Virginia at 95. Again, heading northbound. We have a single vehicle crash. Let's flip over to see our maps. You're not dealing with much congestion there at all, just in that one pocket area. After that, though, you're all good to go. Again, that is right near Quantico 148. So do be careful there. 66 east and west looks good. Haymarket through Centerville over to Fairfax, and that mixing bowl is all good. The look overall, you're looking okay. DC 295, you're going to start to see some slowdowns there, and that outer loop through Silver Spring.
All right, Shanika, thank you. Breaking overnight, a step closer to answering some big questions. This morning, we have new information about the plane crash in Montgomery County that left a pilot and passenger stuck, suspended in an electrical tower for over 7 hours.
Yeah, all of this comes after the National Transportation Safety Board released a preliminary report into the crash late last night. Let's get over to DC News Now's Lex Suarez, who is live right in front of that electrical tower that became a jarring image last Sunday once a plane was lodged into it. Lex, what's new in this report?
Yeah, the report really details exactly what was happening leading up to the crash, and it shows that there was a lot of pilot error mixed with those weather conditions that as we know, were not ideal. Well, according to the report, pilot Patrick Merkel chose to use a different approach heading into Montgomery County Air Park other than the one that he was advised to take, and that was based on his personal preference. Well, while he made his way to the airport, there was more confusion as he mistyped information from flight control into his instruments that were on the aircraft. Well, this caused the plane to make a series of left and right turns, almost turn around, and at one point head 100 degrees in the wrong direction. All of that, some course correction before realizing that the information was mistyped into the instruments on the plane. Well, the report notes that he was also flying below the minimum altitude while coming in, and we do know that from the 911 call, and the report actually quotes the 911 call where pilot Merkel actually says that he was flying too low, that he could see the ground but couldn't see directly in front of the plane. Now, something else that's important to note that is in this report is that there was another plane headed toward Montgomery County Airpark at the exact same time, and just before this plane crashed into the power lines, the pilot of that other plane actually asked air traffic control for permission to divert to another airport. While we did see that the pilot in this case, where they crashed into the power lines, did not choose to do that. Live in Gaithersburg, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
All right, Lex, thank you. So we probably won't have an official answer as to the probable cause of the accident for at least another 12 months. We're going to get a final report from the NTSB then. So you can think of this preliminary report sort of like a detailed timeline of everything that was going on leading up to the crash. And yes, it offers a lot of technical information that we either couldn't confirm before or we simply didn't even know about. But while we wait, at least for another 12 months for that final report where the NTSB will actually state the probable cause of the accident, we want you to hear what Patrick Merkel, the pilot flying that plane, had to say last week during our one-on-one exclusive interview. Take a listen.
What do you think ultimately led to the plane crash?
Well, quite obviously, I was flying too low. So, you know, however I ended up flying too low, I'll have to review that with the FAA and the NTSB. But obviously, there are ways that is not supposed to happen that didn't work out on this particular trip, and God stepped in and made sure that we would live to see another day. The possibility of diverting the flight to another airport always exists. It's extremely inconvenient to everybody on the ground, and of course, after you've been in the air for 3 hours, it's the last thing you want to do.
Do you wish you had it diverted to Frederick?
Of course. And the aircraft ahead of us had diverted to Frederick.
Now, again, just to be clear, it will be the NTSB that ultimately decides what caused this crash. We will remind you, though, that Merkel has another aircraft crash on his record. Back in '92, he and his family survived a horrific small plane crash in Utah. The NTSB on that one said it was due to the pilot's poor in-flight decision.
And your time right now is 6:06, developing now a new report in Loudoun County revealing alleged mishandling of 2 sexual assault cases at 2 separate schools by the same student. Northern Virginia reporter Max Marcilla has more on what the special grand jury found.
So I think on multiple levels, you have seen, according to this grand jury report, failures by the local school board administrators and the school board.
A 91-page report by a special grand jury outlines all the wrongdoings by multiple agencies, especially the Loudoun County School District, but stops short of saying there was a cover-up, instead saying they believe LCPS administrators were looking out for their own interests. Attorney General Jason Miyares impaneled the grand jury.
I think you saw a real breakdown on multiple levels, both in communications and accountability and transparency.
In an interview with DC News Now, Miyares said his office is reviewing all options as far as future criminal indictments, but there were none outlined in this report. One of the victims' families said in a statement they hope the grand jury's work is not yet done and that individuals will be held legally accountable. But they also said they hope the school board cleans house in the administration before they themselves resign. In a statement, Loudoun County School Board's chair and co-chair say, "We are pleased that the special grand jury's extensive investigation found no evidence of criminal conduct on the part of anyone within LCPS, and we are placing the report on our next board agenda for immediate discussion to reflect on these recommendations and take action as determined by the full board." 8 recommendations were outlined in the report. The first, LCPS should include more information when sharing details of significant incidents with parents, staff, students, and the community. Also, LCPS should re-examine its transfer process and improve communication and cooperation across agencies, including the sheriff's office.
And that was our Max Marcilla reporting there. Max, thank you. Developing overnight, a man is dead after a shooting in Alexandria, Virginia. And this morning, police are calling it a homicide investigation. So Fairfax County Police tell us they talked with neighbors who said they heard gunshots at around 8 o'clock last night. Officers say shortly after, somebody found the victim and called 911. Take a listen.
After a community member found a man who appeared to be injured on the sidewalk. She called police, which prompted both our officers and fire and rescue personnel to respond to the scene. Officers determined that the man was fatally shot.
Yes, officers have not yet identified the victim. Police say they are expecting to have more details that they will release later on today. And of course, we'll bring that to you live and on air at DCNewsNow.com. and on our website, excuse me. D.C. detectives identify the victim of a homicide in Southeast. It happened inside of a home on Sunday. This is on 4th Street. 20-year-old Marja Wimbush was found dead from apparent gunshot wounds. Police are now offering a reward of up to $25,000 to anybody who has info that ultimately leads to an arrest and a conviction in this case.
And this morning we're covering Maryland, where people in Clear Spring and Hagerstown are mourning the loss of their fire chief, Zach Reed. Reed died yesterday after striking a utility pole with his truck. And we're told he was unconscious when police arrived to the scene. The fire chief served with the Clear Spring Fire Company since 2007. He is also an 8-year veteran of the Hagerstown Fire Department. Reed's father is asking the community to keep his son's wife and 3 daughters in their thoughts. Chief Reed was 32 years old. Police are investigating the cause of that crash.
Because she was just a lovely, dear person, and we'll miss her dearly.
And this morning, fans are remembering actress Kirstie Alley. Family members say she died yesterday after a short battle with cancer. Now, Alley was best known for her work on the hit show Cheers and the Look Who's Talking movies. She won an Emmy for Best Lead Actress in a comedy series for her work on Cheers back in 1991. Her loved ones posted on social media saying Alley was surrounded by her closest family and fought with great strength. Alley was 71 years old.